Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for September 2022. I know I'm late, I'm not normally late, but I am late this month, but maybe it's just the perfect timing. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could certainly have plans in the sign of Aquarius. It may be what pulls you into a reading. You were intuitively guided, and if that's the case, thank you for listening to your intuition. Or you could be in love with an Aquarius. So whatever brought you, welcome. My daughter has an Aquarius moon. Some of you may relate to that. Anyway, let's get into your reading. We're going to use 4 different decks, okay? We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle. Then we're going to use our Tarot of Night. This will be our second clarifying deck. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot, one of my favorite decks, as our first clarifier, or I like to call it levels. We go a level deeper. How deep do you dare to go? We go deep in these readings, and this is your monthly, so your monthlies are always going to be longer. Don't forget, though, you also have a bonus reading. I will attach it to the end screen in the end of this video, because they may relate to each other, or it could be a continuation of, but I'll link it for you to make it easy. So anyway, I also have the membership program that a lot of people are asking me about, but they don't have certainty over what it means, what it is. Membership program, there's 3 different tiers. The first tier is just a thank you. It's $2.99, I believe, and it's just to say thank you for your work, Sandy. The second tier is for member only videos, specifically for members. Tarot lessons, and there are other things. I can't even remember everything, but you can check that out. And then tier 3 gives you all of that, plus we go live, and you can ask any questions you want, as many questions you want. I don't put a time limit on it. I do want you to know, though, it does not affect, I was going to say it's not going to affect my channel. So I don't want you worried, like, oh, well, if I'm not a member, then, she's not going to give me the attention. Not true. I'm going to give my channel just as much attention as I always have. It's just, a little bit more work. But I'm okay with that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm just a little behind this month, but we'll catch up. All right. And if you're interested, there is a join button right below the video. I think it's right next to the super thanks. Again, you can click it. It doesn't commit you to anything, and decide from there. But anyways, enough about that. Oh, you got 2. We have caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Sun, sun, everywhere, sun. Signs. I love when this comes out. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. They're always sending us signs. We're just not always seeing them. And by the way, they'll come back. If it's something very important, it'll come back bigger. And if you still didn't notice it, it'll come back even bigger. You know what I mean? To the point where you have to notice it. Sometimes it's about change, right? Sometimes it's about things that are coming in that, your spiritual team doesn't want you to miss. But signs, beautiful. All right, we're going to start with the Tarot of Dreams for your main spread. Let's give it a shuffle or 2. And as you know, most of you know, everything is pre-shuffled before we even begin. Let's give him a cut. And, you know, I was going to just let the story unfold, but I think I'm going to shuffle. I think I'm going to shuffle for your cards. So let's begin. This is the tarot portion. We have the Knight of Wands. Dun, 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 dun. Vast, moving energy. This is energy that can be chaotic because it's so fast moving. It's usually that of passion and desire, but it does take action, right? It's asking for your action in something. But this is something that's, you know, look at this with the Eight of Wands. Wow. Both signify fast moving energy. I love the Knight of Wands, you know, even though sometimes it can feel chaotic, because normally it's bringing us in something that is going to stir our passion, our desire in some way. And then you have the Eight of Wands beside that. So this talks about something within your own intention coming back to you. What I think about, I bring about. It's a sign. Signs are coming to you. So this 8 could also signify a new beginning in something. We have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Let me bring this lid down. Maybe too far. Three of Pentacles talks about what you do unique to the world. Even if a million other people do what you do, there's something about the way you do it that's unique. Three of Pentacles talks about you being the missing piece of the puzzle. This is also the energy where, you know, I'm working on my craft. I'm working on something, you know, like where I'm kind of getting lost in it. But other people are appreciating it, seeing it. This could also feels somewhat like a payoff. Like, you know, like maybe I've been working at something and now it's like now I'm going to start moving into the profit area. Well, hello, Prophet. The Palace of Pentacles. I mean, hello. You know, this is, I always feel that palaces are where we ultimately want to end up. This is security. This is finances. This is strong foundation. This is getting paid for what you do and what you do well. This could signify that it's moving you to something new, or you're creating something new. If you come with a question of, should I? Is this right? Is this the right path? And it has anything to do with your creativity or what you specialize in, it's saying certainly that this can be very, very abundant. We have the Six of Swords. And then, interesting, with the Hangman coming under the Eight of Wands, is like, it's like a pause in action. This may be something you need to think about for a minute. You know, with the Six of Swords and the Knight, because remember, a knight's job is to bring something into us, right? Can be sent from the king, can be sent from the queen, can be sent from above. But it's meant to reach us. And with reason, right? With purpose. So Six of Swords tells me that whatever coming towards you gives you an opportunity to say goodbye to the energy of, I don't know why I'm saying it so slow, like of toxicity. In the Six of Swords, I've had the realization of what holds me back, whether it be people or my own self, my own thoughts, right? My own thought system. Maybe I don't feel like I'd be good enough at something, but this is saying you will. This could certainly be an opportunity that moves you from one location to a next. But then we have the Hangman. So the Hangman, I feel like, even though the Eight of Wands is above that, which again is fast-moving energy, the Hangman kind of slows it down. And honestly, I just feel like this is you taking a moment. Like, is this good? Is this going to be good? Everything's telling me it will. But let's continue. You know, the Six of Swords signifies that there's a little bit of choppy waters after the change from the Five, right? The Five of Swords. Five of Swords is where we really are recognizing all the toxicity around us, you know, and again, whether it be people, places, influences, our own thought system. It's moving us out of that. It says, be willing to go through the choppy water because what lies ahead is calm waters. Wow. That didn't take long. Okay. We have Judgment. It's interesting because I almost feel like this is not giving you a lot of time to think. Because Judgment is your spiritual team, and their message is to call you to the present moment, right? It's like, you know, whatever in my past is not going to serve me where I'm going, right? So it's leaving that behind. Now, doesn't mean I have to leave memories behind, but maybe I'm leaving people behind, a person behind, a job behind. Maybe you're not leaving anything behind, you're just making a move. I think you are, though, because Six of Swords tells me that, you know, somewhere along the road, something, you know, toxic had attached itself to you. So this is about a rebirth, right? This is saying allow yourself to have this rebirth. And then, interesting enough, we have the Five of Cups, but it's in reverse. And I'm glad to see it in reverse. It's coming under this palace. So let's talk about this for a second. So Five of Cups in the upright talks about where your focus is at. First of all, you want to think of the Five. So Five talks about change. Why? Well, because in the energy that I'm in, it's not serving me. It's not allowing me to expand. It can be holding me down, holding me back. So this is really focusing on all I have lost. I say this all the time. In this Five of Cups, though, really the message is after the change, there are two cups that this person has yet to discover. Right? They don't even know. They probably think this is it. Right? This is it. But I feel like this is you having a change of thought. Maybe you've been waiting for someone. Right? Someone to meet your standards or something. Maybe just, you know, maybe you're waiting for someone to show their love, but they're not. This is talking about someone of the past. Now, this Two Cups could signify them, right? Like coming back. But if they're coming back, they would, especially coming next to Judgment, that means that if they're the ones who may have had some toxic energy, then it must be cleared. Otherwise, I don't think your spiritual team would ask you to even consider it. We have the Ten of Wands. Two Cups. Questioning, right? Makes sense. Coming under the Hangman. The Emperor. Could be a card of Aries. Well, it is a card of Aries. But this could talk about self-employment. This can talk about a raise. And if it's a raise, I feel like it's a good one. This could certainly talk about a whole new job, where you become a supervisor, the boss, that type of thing. This is great for those who are creating their own business, especially with the Three of Pentacles up here, because it's saying that there's something that it's like a gift that you uniquely have, and your spiritual team wants you to use it, right? They want you to have this Palace of Pentacles. The Emperor. Some of you, this could be your father. You may have had a father or a father figure who has crossed over, who is a very active part of your earthly life, this lifetime. Well, hello world. The next chapter. Here we go. Here we go. So, the world, the next chapter, is mirrored by the Palace of Pentacles. I mean, that's real stability. That's being able to take care of myself, or even myself and my family. This is, I'm not really wanting for much in this. Now, this is talking more about Pentacles than anything, though. So it's like a security within yourself. I feel like, honestly, you have an opportunity to really create something that's going to be very abundant for you. It doesn't mean that you don't have to move through some choppy waters. Great things can happen, but it may call for us to take action, right? Here's the sign. Now am I going to accept it? The world, the next chapter, the next portal. I look at life as cycles. Maybe every 9 years, a new cycle. This may be a new cycle. Well, it is a new cycle. It definitely feels like a new cycle. Interesting that it's mirrored by the Ten of Wands. This Ten of Wands is coming under the Six of Swords. So this is telling me the part of what the toxic energy that you had been carrying around is the tendency to put all the responsibility of something, or maybe everything, on your shoulders. But it's too much. It's too much. It feels like it's too much. I feel like this Knight of Wands is giving you the opportunity to move out of this energy. And remember, this is a 10. So it wants to end. Mirrored by the world, which would be the new beginning. That's exactly what Judgment is saying. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Six of Wands, victory. Victory. What I love about the Six of Wands is it kind of puts a spotlight on you. This is an energy where it's kind of an alluring energy, because it's like your energy calling other like-minded energy. And this is where people look up to you, not necessarily for your words, but for your action. Action that you had the guts to take. Again, it puts a spotlight on you where you belong in the spotlight. Okay, let's bring in the light seers, and let's just go over it. Go a level deeper. It's interesting because each card to me is representing, usually I read it all as one, and I am reading as one, but I can also see how each card has its importance. And like the Hangman is, I pause in time, but yet Judgment is saying, wait a minute, but I need you in this present moment, because this is where your signs come in. They don't come in from the past, they come in the present. And these signs want to move you to something I feel feels very good. it must be very, very good. Now, the Hangman below it has the Two of Pentacles. So this is you making, we call this a juggler's card, you know. Can I fit this into my world? But I really feel like this is more of using the logical mind. Asking yourself a question, will this expand my world? Will this help develop my world, you know, even more? Especially, you know, I want to say especially on the with the track I'm on, but at the same breath I want to say some things I've got to let go of control, right? There's some things that I just don't know until they happen. You know, if you're seeking wisdom on your next steps, which is really what the Hangman is doing, Judgment is here to answer that. All right, let's start at the beginning. Wow. Hello, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups coming over the Knight of Wands. Wow, you want to talk about passion. So this night is bringing you in a cup of fulfillment. Something that makes your heart sing. Yes, it can certainly be love. And if it is, it's very passionate. No doubt, very passionate. This night is somewhat unexpected. Can't really plan for him or her, right? But it does come in at the perfect time, and I know that because that's what Judgment is saying. You know, this Five of Cups in reverse again talks about, you know, my focus being on what I have lost, not on what is yet to be gained. But because it's reverse, my thinking is starting to turn around. I feel like these are those two cups, or this night is bringing in those two cups that the Five of Cups promises if you change your focus. Five of Swords. Look at him scratching his head. It's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I know why. It's because of how it's coming in, because it's coming so quickly. Some of you may work with someone. Listen, this Knight of Cups does not have to be love, but it is bringing something in that you will love, whether it be a person, whether it be an opportunity, whatever it may be. It's bringing something to really open up your heart center. Five of Swords, though, puts a little bit of confusion back in the mix, right? Especially coming over the Eight of Wands. What I think about, I bring about. Hangman, right there. I think the Hangman is really the cause of the Five of Swords. You know, simply, let's put it this way. Let's say that this Five of Cups was talking about an old love affair, right? An old love affair, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. For whatever reason, ties were cut. Maybe I've stayed focused on that. I don't think has anything to do with that. I think this is talking about new. But nonetheless, it can certainly raise up that fear flag, right? And I think that's kind of what it's doing. And I feel like mainly because it's so quick. And passionate, by the way. I also feel like this Five is coming out to say to you, trust your own instinct as it comes to deciding whether to accept these Knight's offerings. Trust your own instinct. I don't know why, but I feel like, because I feel like it's almost tied back to like other people's opinions that maybe I lived within, but they really truly weren't my own. So just be aware of that. Like not allowing, you know, maybe when I was a child, like, you know, my parents had a terrible marriage and that's the last thing I want, right? For me. But maybe I end up there anyway. Okay. Well, just forgive yourself, right? Just forgive yourself and move on. And you know, when I say forgive yourself, it's not even forgiving yourself. It's just you learned, right? Okay, wow. I see that I repeated a pattern. Maybe, you know, maybe a pattern of my father. By the way, if this is a father figure for you, as one of your guides, you know, I want you to know that there's complete healing, like complete healing. You know, whatever ailments or, let's say, lower temptations that I may have had in this lifetime are lifted. Wow. Four of Wands. It's almost like someone's proposing marriage. Interesting. I can tell you this much. This is someone who sees you for who you are. Not only sees you for who you truly are, and I mean truly are, but loves you because of that. Appreciates you because of that. We have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. Interesting, because it's like here comes these two knights, right? One's carrying passion and desire, but it takes your action. The other one is carrying fulfillment of the heart, you know, that feel-good energy. And it's interesting because I feel like with this Eight of Cups coming over the Palace of Cups, you know, maybe I had this Palace of Cups. Maybe because this Five is in reverse, it didn't work out. The Eight of Cups would say that you're leaving that energy. So I'm leaving it with emotional clarity, though. That's what the Eight of Cups is about, finding emotional clarity. Sometimes it's just simply saying, not all things are meant to work out. You know what I mean? Like what didn't work out, I still learned a lot. And maybe that was its whole purpose. So the Eight says, allow yourself to have this new beginning. It's mirroring this Knight of Cups. And it's right next to, it's almost like hearing him in this situation. I'm not quite so happy there. And all of a sudden I hear from someone. Comes in quickly. Again, you know, you have the marriage card. It doesn't have to be marriage. It's commitment. But, you know, everybody in that Four of Wands wants to be in the Four of Wands. This is about, you know, love, I feel like, at the highest level. Wow. Hello, lovers. Interesting. Because it's coming over the Six of Cups. Or, I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. And what I said earlier about the Six of Swords is moving you into the next chapter, let's say. But it does say there are choppy waters you must go through, right? We all got to go through them. Just choppy. They're only choppy. They're not gigantic waves. They're just choppy water. And you can get through it. And look what's on the other end of it. The Lovers. First hall card, Gemini. We're in the year of the Lovers. And it feels like this is what you're moving directly to. Under that Knight of Cups. I mean, that's why I feel the passion so strongly. Wow, look at this. The Five of Cups coming over the Hangman. Two fives. And then last but not least, we have the Six of Cups. You know what I feel like? I feel like there may be someone that I need to let go of. Now, if I need to let go of, that means that they're not benefiting my life any longer. Maybe quite the opposite, right? Maybe quite the opposite. So again, this Five of Cups over the Hangman, it's my focus. It's interesting because here it's reversed, but here it's in the upright. Two fives, change, right? change. It asks for change. And then look at these 6 right here. The 6 of Cups and the 6 and the Lovers are mirroring each other. 6 of Cups can talk about someone of our past. Now, if it's someone of our past, and I know it's confusing because, wait a minute, isn't the 5 of Cups someone of our past? It is. But it's all I've lost in this energy. This is about happy memories. This is about cherished memories. Now, I didn't have to be in a love affair with this person. This may just be someone that I know. Listen, maybe I worked with them. Maybe I grew up with them. But I feel like unexpectedly, they're going to show. Unexpectedly, somehow, you're going to connect. And by the way, it's coming over judgment. And anything that comes over judgment, I trust it. Two Pentacles. So now we have the 2 Pentacles coming over. So, interesting, 2 Pentacles mirroring the Lovers. Do I say yes? Am I ready? Here, with the 5 of Cups in reverse, you're ready. Here, with the 8 of Cups above it, you're ready, right? Because it just means that you have enough emotional clearing and understanding to move forward into a relationship and truly enjoy the love of it. 2 Pentacles. I'm moving into my logical mind. We have, it's funny, I feel like I hear a phone ringing, but there's no phone. We have, that's weird. I felt like a phone was ringing. Like I could hear it in here, but there's no phone here. 9 of Pentacles. Success. Successful self-employment. Listen, if, let's say, I was in the Palace of Pentacles and I had all I needed and all I wanted, but maybe I didn't have emotional satisfaction, right? Like, I had a great house, I had money in my pocket, I had money in my purse, but didn't feel like there was love, right? Like the love wasn't quite there, and that may have emotionally, I feel like messed me up for a moment. But this is about the overcoming of that and the moving out of that. So I kind of feel like, it's like I'm in this palace and then, boom, this knight comes in with an offer. And it's an offer of love. How could it not be? It's an offer of love. And then you have the Lovers here too. That's extreme chemistry. No wonder there's all this passion. 9 of Pentacles. Coming over the 10 of Wands. We have, 3 of Swords. Well, that makes sense because it's coming over the 2 of Pentacles. So I'm taking this in consideration, right? Past pain. This is past. But I am taking it in consideration. I hope not too much. Because remember, these cycles that we go through, the 9s ask us to reflect upon each cycle so that we can have understanding and clarity and wisdom and let the rest go. Right? Not drag the heaviness, the regret, and all that into the future. Judgment saying there's no need for that. Let's start at the present moment and build from this point forward. 3 Swords would give me the reason why I would question it for a second. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Could certainly be you. Aquarius. Libra. Aquarius. Oh, I said that already. Well, maybe there's an Aquarius with a maybe it's an Aquarius Sun, a Libra Moon, and an Aquarius Ascendant. Maybe. But anyways, I like this queen because, first of all, her sword is down, right? She's not in any type of defensive mode. She's really looking out at the future. You know, this is a queen that would put, much like the Queen of Pentacles, would put plan in place, right? So much, you know, I mean, to a point. To a point. But I feel like she's really thinking about her next steps. And again, her sword is down. Any of this energy that was, let's say, heavy, it doesn't feel like it's going to be part of what's moving forward. Matter of fact, her back is now to the Three of Swords. So I feel like it's the ability to overcome that. And listen, we've all have had our heart broken. Maybe there's a few who've never had that, but they're probably still young. You know, and I guess it's just part of life. But our soul wants to learn how to overcome these challenges. That's exactly why our soul came here. I want to learn how to overcome these challenges. I want my soul to expand, right? But I also want these type of experiences. So it shall be. All right, let's look at the world. Again, we're reading as a whole. I mean, I don't know. It feels a little like someone's popping the question. Now, what question? I don't know. Will you marry me? Will you be with me? Will you go on a date with me? We have the Death card. Okay, first of all, card of Scorpio. This is about endings. Makes complete sense because it's coming over the world. The next portal. You know, the world talks about, to me, the closest chapter to God. This is when my faith is intact. Doesn't mean I don't falter here and there, right? But I can quickly get back to even, let's say. Death card. Some things need to end so that you can have these rebirths in your life. Some things need to close out. We can't drag the energy of the past forward. It just becomes too heavy. It becomes too heavy. And by the way, I also feel like this is also the opportunity for some of you using the knowledge that you have gained from your own life experiences and creating out of them. Will I allow myself to have this rebirth? I think I will. I think I will. This is destiny. This is your wheel of destiny. You know, sometimes you're at the bottom, sometimes you're at the top. When you're at the bottom, just know that there is a top. Right? That's what we got to keep in mind. Like, I can work my way out of this and climb back to the top. When we get to the top, because we've been at the bottom, we appreciate it all that much more. Your destiny, your soul's seeds of intention. Some of them are coming into play. And your spiritual team is saying, I need your attention. I'm sending you signs. I'm sending you epiphanies, feelings. Trust them. Trust them. Because they feel like they're leading you to, it feels like a beautiful life. Maybe after a very hard life. Okay. Look at this. We have the Chariot on the bottom of the Light Seer's Tarot. The Chariot, card of Cancer. Chariot is, you know, the Chariot comes in when you can handle the Chariot. Because the horses of the Chariot are not controlled by the reins. They're controlled by your mind, by your intention. And to really take advantage of the Chariot, I need to have balance within myself of the feminine and the masculine, of the dark and the light. You know, I am all of that. And to try to say, like, okay, well, I'm going to get rid of my dark side, you can't, right? But you can tame it, right? You can find that balance. And that's what I feel the Chariot is for. It's because of the balance. You know, you have the Lovers here with the Knight of Cups. You know, this can talk about, like, where can we, like how far can I take this, what's coming in? Well, the Chariot puts no limits. There are no limits on how far this can go. Four of Wands kind of signifies that, because that's pure. That's pure love. Okay. Let's bring in, last but not least, the Tarot of Night. And even though I feel like this is very, very clear, I guess at least to me, we still want to look at a few things. I want to remind you of the fives. You know, when you see a five, think of change. Like, what is it asking me to consider changing? It's going to be something that's no longer benefiting you. You know, that's what fives are for. But many times, instead of, like, stopping at that five, looking around, seeing what's good, what's not so good in my life, sometimes we keep on moving through those swords till we get to the 10. If that happens, that you want to look at it as like a repeating pattern. You know, if somebody keeps letting you down, they'll probably let you down again. Now, it doesn't mean someone can't evolve. Of course they can. If we can, they can. They have the same opportunities. Now, do they use them? I don't know. Alright. The images on the Tarot Night are a little darker. And that's why I don't use them very often, because the images are hard to see. Hello, Star. Aquarius, your card, your major arcana, coming over these 2 nights. Do you question it's for you? No. This is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Listen, sometimes it's subliminal. Subliminal. Oh man, now I'm not going to be able to say it. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. The star doesn't say everything is magic. It is about you helping to manifest that in your life, probably through your intention. Just so happens that the Lovers is also connected to that. You know, and I want to remind you, I don't think this is just a love reading. I think this is also talking about your pentacles and the trust within yourself, and your craft, and your individuality, and really what you bring to the table, all of that. And by the way, I feel like this, if I'm just going to say this love, it feels like it's coming in. That's what they'll appreciate you. They appreciate you, the true you. 2 of Wands. Well, I kind of feel like I'm saying yes. I'm at least considering it. I'm definitely considering it. I love that the 2 of Wands came out, because the 2 of Wands, fear is not making my decision. It's passion and desire. Does it feel right? Right? This is action. And I feel like this is you saying yes. Okay, I think you said yes. So we have the Chariot again. Some of you may have a double Cancer. You know why I feel like there's two Chariots out? Is because I feel like this is talking, first of all, look how her heart center is illuminated. It's like her heart been cracked, like her heart's been cracked open. It's on fire. It's feeling it. She's feeling it. This could be two people who have reached that divine balance within themselves. Again, it doesn't mean perfection, because if you're seeking perfection, you will not find it. You know, and I'm saying that because we were made imperfect, right? So that we could, you know, if we look at it like, you know, these challenges are really there to help expand my soul. And if I start to look at it that way, like, you know, if I'm stuck in something, like in that Ten of Swords, taking all the responsibility on my shoulders, but it's something that maybe had become habit. It's looking at that, right? It's the realization of that. And then it's the cutting of those energetic ties to that. I feel like two special lovers are coming together. It feels like a lot of cards, but we're going to take them. Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is your guardian angel. I know not everybody reads the card this way, but it's not how I'm reading it, it's how I'm feeling it. The Knight of Pentacles, first of all, now you have 3 knights. This knight is the most trusted knight in the deck. It's filled with loyalty. This knight comes in at just the right time, not before and not after. Another reason why you're being called to the present moment. This knight is bringing something into your world that you can physically touch or smell or taste. It's tangible. I feel like it's a person. Of course, it could also be pentacles, because you have a lot of, you know, it's funny because, again, not just love reading. This is also talking about your pentacles. And I feel like for some of you, it's talking about almost like using my past experiences to create a life for myself. Knight of Pentacles comes after the Chariot. Well, my dear, you found balance within yourself. Now it's time to move you to the next chapter. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. And then, hello, we have the Sun. Card of Leo, by the way, ruler of Leo. Just realized, even with these Cancers, it could be Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon. But I am also feeling like this is talking about 2 people who are coming together, both finding their own balance. And then you probably create a balance within each other at the same time. The Sun is about complete illumination. Nothing can hide in the Sun's energy. And that you can trust in. The Hierophant talks about, again, it's a 5. So it's a question. It's coming over the 3 of Swords, but it's also coming over the 2 of Pentacles. So, you know, the question. Previous heartache is part of my decision making here. But the Hierophant It says trust. Trust in your guides. Trust that this can be so. Listen, leave go of expectations of exactly how something must show and just know that it's going to show. Hierophant, be true to thyself. Be true to thyself. Allow that Three of Swords to heal. Forgive it. And then don't regret it. Just move on from it. Learn from it. If there's anything that I'm looking for, I will find it in the sun. And it's interesting because it's coming over this queen. So this queen's going to have complete illumination. And what's she looking towards? The world and the will. Her destiny. I feel like this Four of Wands was destined. Again, the Four of Wands, they call it the marriage card. I call it the commitment card. But I want to remind you, in that energy, everybody wants to be there. This is not about like waiting for someone to want to be part of my life. No. This is already there, right? This is someone who's appreciating you. Truly seeing you for who you are. And you them, by the way. Nothing can hide in the sun's energy. So any of these cards of fear, I don't know. I want to say let them go. I know it's easier said than done. But nonetheless, all right. Last but not least, we have the Page of Swords. This may be actual communication. Ace of Wands. Are you kidding? Ace of Wands. Here we go. Here we go. Right over the world. Right after you allow yourself to have the rebirth, right? Closing the doors that no longer serve you. That is probably one of the most important factors within this, right? If I don't close the doors, then I'm just dragging the baggage, right? Next relationship, to the next relationship, to the next relationship, or the next job, and the next job. I've got to find clarity within myself so I don't allow the past to affect me in that way and look at it differently. All the wisdom I have gained. Ace of Wands. The Devil. Card of Capricorn. Could certainly be a Capricorn for some of you. And the Queen of Swords again. So interesting. First of all, the Devil is connected to the Three of Swords. That's an influence that it has, right? It's like the Devil is, trying to keep you tied to the pain of the past, right? But it's an illusion. It's an illusion that you're tied to that. It can feel real, but it's still an illusion. Period. I kind of love how the Nine of Pentacles comes over. Well, I mean, it's part of all of this. Because I often feel many of you, and maybe that's why we are pulled together. Pull's not the right word. Just how we come together. Is because many of you learn to use your past experiences in your craft. Why would I do that? Well, maybe you want to teach others how to not to go through what you went through. Right? You've gained that wisdom. I can't teach that, though, if I don't understand that. So first, I need to find the understanding. The Nine of Pentacles is a very independent type of energy. And maybe I haven't felt that for a while. You know what I mean? Like, when I say independent, it doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship. It just means you feel independent within yourself. You can take care of yourself. with or without love. Queen of Swords coming under the Hierophant. I think she's playing the harp, which would be very soothing, right? It reminds me, all of a sudden I'm thinking of like an angel, like angels singing. You know, it's weird because I don't know why I'm saying this, but many times when I go to bed at night and, you know, I turn the lights off and I lay my head down, I feel like I can hear angels singing in my ear, like a chorus of angels. No words, just like, you know, it's just like, I mean, I can't even compare. I'm kind of feeling that here. Maybe some of you can relate to that. You know, if nothing else, it signifies how active your angels are in your life. But here's something I want to remind you. Your spirit guides are always sending you signs. They're here to help you on this physical plane. They can send you signs. Your angels need your permission to intervene. So don't be afraid to ask your angels to intervene, especially when you're unclear about things. Please help me have the clarity that I seek. And they'll give it to you. But then you have to trust it. You have to trust it. This feels like a love story of the highest, but this also feels like it's talking about your physical world, and how you make your pentacles. And listen, no matter what I do, my wisdom of the past can help me become very successful. Now, success is measured in different ways for different people, but whatever it means to you. The Nine of Pentacles definitely says you want to be able to be, you know, to have this independent nature within yourself. You know why? Because then fear feels like it's eliminated. You have this Ace of Wands is looking right in. So is the Knight of Pentacles, by the way. They're both looking into the reading. This Knight of Cups with the Knight of Wands. It's coming in. I feel like there's some type of proposal. Whether it's marriage or whether it's will you go on a date with me. I do feel a little bit of fear factor raises up, but I feel that you can control that very quickly. Right? Because just because you say yes doesn't mean you can't hop off that path if it doesn't feel right. Right? Know that. Like, just because you say yes doesn't commit you forever unless you are making a commitment forever. You know, this all feels driven by your spiritual guides. So, like, I have 100% trust in it. I don't think that they would bring you in anyone that's going to break your heart. Now, each person does have free will. But this doesn't feel like that at all. It just doesn't. It feels quite divine. All right, let's read Mother Mary. And I'm going to read them both because I feel like we need both. Let's start with caring. Mother Mary sent you this card as a reminder that she cares deeply for you and your family. Although you may sometimes feel alone, you are definitely watched over and protected. When life is stressful, though, as it has been lately for you, you may not feel the Blessed Mother's loving presence, so carry this message with you to help you know that divine love is here for you. This card also asks you to keep your heart open and continue caring for others, even though you may feel unappreciated or used. Remember that your spiritual path is to be loving and helpful, not to change others. However, you don't need to, nor should you, stay in any abusive or toxic situations or relationships. You can care for someone from afar. Most important, care for yourself, dear one. Take the time for you and attend to things that are important for your health, your happiness, and your well-being. Beautiful. Signs. Sun, sun, everywhere, sun. This card is a message for you to pay close attention to the signs that come to you in answers to your prayers. These can include a song that you hear, words that you read, a sight that you see, a conversation you overhear, and so forth. The possibilities are unlimited. Signs tend to repeat themselves until you notice them and take some form of action. However, it's also possible to notice one the first time it presents itself, especially if you're in the present moment. As you listen to these signs, you get a sense of heaven's continuous participation in your life, which helps you feel safer and more loved. You can also pray for clarification if you don't understand a sign. After all, Mother Mary and the angels want to clearly communicate their love to you. Amen. I love you guys. I'm going to let that be, and you'll let me know through your comments how it relates to you. I do just want to take a moment and say thank you for sharing the videos. That really means a lot to me, especially if you feel like, this sounds like my friend or my brother or my sister. You never know who you're helping, right? We can't always know who we're helping, but I thank you. I have so much gratitude for you in so many different ways. I thank you for your donations. Your donations keep the channel alive. YouTube, it's hard. It's hard. I have to say, it's hard, and then anything you do on YouTube, they want to take a big percentage of. I don't know. I'm not putting YouTube down, because this is what got me started. Actually, I started on Facebook and then moved to YouTube. I was doing readings on Facebook, and then they cut me off. They're like, no, you cannot do that. This was a long time ago. And I thought, okay, well, that's done. That's over. And then something was like, we'll go to YouTube. So I started a channel on YouTube, and I think I started in 2017, maybe 2015. I don't remember now. But all these years later, here I am, loving what I do. It's not easy, but it doesn't have to be easy for you to love it. And I'm saying that because I feel a lot of you can relate to that. Anyways, I thank you in every single way that you support the channel, support me, especially through your beautiful words. Like, you don't even know. Like, I read your comments, and even if I don't have time to, like I want to write you each, like, this long, thank you, but, even if I don't write it, know that I think that. I mean, I think the world of you guys. Yeah. I'm going to let that be. I don't want it to be too much longer. I love you guys. This may be a reading you need to watch more than once. Maybe right now, this night hasn't come in. But I have a feeling once this night comes in, I would watch this reading again. Because I think you'll see it even in a clearer light. This just isn't anybody. This feels special. I love you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.